that he has. It's a sign, not willing to say that, you know, hey, there's another pretty good player somewhere out there that dropped Ike and eventually landed on Joker and had good results at some point in this game and did pretty well for himself, like M something or other, I'm not sure, but...
As a Biles main, I don't know what you're talking about. However, Joker is going to have some of the similar problems that Sheik had in the previous matchup we talked about with Ike, right? Or with Ryu, where if you're trading with this character here, you're going to be really, really sad. However, the trick is, it's really easy to trade when this guy shows up. The big guy with the top hat, Arsene, he is a bully, and he will win the neutral for you.
Certainly can. Ravenking, one of those Jokers that definitely favors the Aegeon as soon as Arsene comes out. And will definitely go deep as well, although I have to imagine that's going to be... No! Did not get punished!
That cross-up bear just missed. I think that Ikan thought he was going to jump a little bit more to the left than he did, and just... awkward turtle situation here between both players who just kind of reset to neutral and they're like, you should have killed me.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, the drift after up special is not too daunting.
No. All right, now Ravenking trying to take it a little bit slow on the landing, however, Ikan finds that angle down low to get the down tilt into the Tatsu, which will be enough to kill the light Joker.
Whips the down smash, not in a place where he can get that drag down up air, but 3 back airs, one of those is going to connect.
Yeah, persistence pays off for Ravenking in that spot. And wow, he is so calm and collected on these Smash Duel platform confirms.
Yeah, oftentimes the only situations where he doesn't get that drag down up air at the very least is the point where he's too far away from the platform to hit it in the first place. After that first hit, finding it's been mostly the trouble for him in other sets. After that, he's pretty solid on the confirm.
And now Arsene comes out super early on this stock, which could be a huge boon for Ravenking if he plays it correctly. However, just playing things slow with a fireball means Arsene is denied. Brilliant corner pressure from Ikan.
Take things as slow as you want. Lovely tech chase with the F smash.
Trying to play that same back air angle that Big Mac did here. Not gonna quite be as accurate though as Big Mac was from at least the side of the stage. Going for like a lower angle than Big Mac was going for. Like he was kind of going for that dive over. But who shows up is the top hat man. Gets the quick confirm.
And that's sort of the mark of a good Joker. It does happen where, you know, a lot of times you say, oh, Arsene comes in at the right time, but it's a good Joker and a great Joker, and the difference between them is who makes use of Arsene in those first 5 seconds when it comes out. Gets that situation and adjusts the game plan. Perhaps becomes a bit more aggressive.
Funny enough, that's like the same adage that's stated to people who like, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to finish this even sense because Ikan finds the quick focus into the Shoryu confirm, finish up this game one.
Give it your all.
But the thing you were talking about with Arsene, right? That's the same thing that people talk about when they're talking about grinding like YouTube or Twitch as a career. Is they're saying everyone does the same amount of work, but the more work you do, the more likely you are to have the good luck after doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the concept, right? Is by putting in all the work that you do with this character, you're going to just find yourself in good situations and able to turn around on it with good reaction time. However, well, Ikan's a wall.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot of variants of that saying, you make your own luck, something to that extent. And Ravenking gives him the opportunity, gives himself, I should say, the opportunity to find a kill like that.
We've been saying you make your own luck since the Rockefellers,
yep.
Right? That's been a phrase that's been around for 140 years of American history, so.
After trading a few safe aerials, Ikan's going to find 2 up airs in a row and a red fireball.
And he has made his own luck right now to get Arsene on the stage. Now I'm just going to make fun of myself for this phrase. Oh, well, okay, make your own luck with these hitboxes here. That forward tilt, very lucky. I'm having too much fun. Okay. But it seriously does make this edge guard so scary, and that you mentioned it. The Tetrakarn down low is something that Ravenking loves to go for versus the linear recoveries.
Yeah, nothing lucky about that counter at all. Ikan just forced into one particular area, and Ravenking says, okay, this is what I've been wanting the whole time. I've forced the scenario, now time to just click a button. That's my reward.
And well, that's something that Fire Emblem characters have been known for a long time, is having those counters available to themselves. So that applies directly from the way he played Ike before into the Joker gameplay. However, you have to work a little bit for it in order to extract that reward.
Ikan using it. Oh, goodbye. That's not the right time to be focusing, or to challenge the focus.
Could Ikan have turned around the Shoryu there? I don't know. And even if it did, this is Kalos from the base platform. I'm not sure if it would have KO'd. So Ikan playing a little conservatively on that crumple stun combo.
Yeah, understandably.
And he might pay the price for it? No.
Kalos working in the other direction here, the highest ceiling in the currently legal stage list.
Yeah, it cost Ikan on that previous advantage state, but then it saved him on the next disadvantage state. So I would call that pretty much a wash here, as Ikan doesn't get the win with that hard up tilt. But right back is Ravenking. Man, the Joker confirms have been clean in these two games.
2 for 2 so far, and Ikan still playing outside of the range of some of these approaching aerials.
And that one was not platform assisted like the Smash Ball one was.
No. A couple of nairs at ledge.
I love when players are confident enough on your weight on the ledge get up, but they're able to throw out those down smashes or those down tilts. Oh, but this is really scary here for Ikan. Yep, he's sniped out of the Tatsu, and that's going to be a game 1. Okay, well, a little bit delayed from when my call was. A little bit delayed, but we are now at 1 apiece.
Ravenking just wanted to make sure. That's a 0 to death, by the way, at the very end. Down air landed at 0. Down throw back air using some of that IRAR stuff. And in the end, what can you do? We saw Ikan have that same trouble against Sean at 0%, where you get 1 jump red. You have to force yourself into a pretty unfamiliar spot, or pretty unfortunate spot if you're Ikan. And then it's just a matter of a pretty favorable timing mix-up in Ravenking's disposal.
Well, when he's and we've seen that with, particularly when I've been commentating Sam T Silver games, is just the confidence in floating up the side and just not fast falling and waiting. Like, you don't need to fast fall until you see your opponent press a button, and then when you do, you can then do the fast fall bear. And it's just been an adaptation that Sam T Silver, I think, has led in the Chicago scene in general. We're seeing it adapted so often here. And it's coming to Ravenking's gameplay very relevantly in that game number 2. So let's get into game 3 to see how Ikan responds. Right now he's just controlling the ground game, although Top Hat Man is here to stay. And again, just fading low, but the high, so that's Ikan's response maybe, is he's able to do those high Tatsus where he doesn't even go for the ledge.
Force the air dodge from the gun. Off the mark on the back air, but the forward air sends him the other way. Oh!
What attack! Knowing that the Tetrakarn would turn around? Ikan, that was wild.
Not only was it wild, it's beneficial. He got rewarded for it too.
That was insanity. I know I got hit by that. Let's just say it here. I mean, these players are far enough in this very stacked Ignite bracket for a reason.
Forward tilt puts him off stage again. The Tetrakarn, it won Ravenking game 2. It's coming into use again.
Oh, it'll be very relevant all throughout this game, this set. But the auto combo, not quite enough to kill here on Hollow Bastion. But the cross-up bear into auto combo does fool Ravenking a little bit into dropping the shield, and that means Ikan now in the driver's seat for sure.
Without a doubt, another up air, a string off of it to follow.
Yeah, this is adding up super quickly, and this is not where you want to see where you want to see Arsene show up. This is too early in the stock where you can eat a back air with something like a... Oh, okay, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe Ravenking is intentionally trying to prove me wrong. There is no such thing as a too early Arsene because you can just kill them at 0.
Weak dare, strong dare, it doesn't matter. Ravenking can find conversions off of both.
But so this is the problem now, is the next Arsene's not going to show up until like 130%. And you might be dead long before then. However, Ravenking making it happen as he gets these... The multi-hit, particularly on the platform, was a big deal. However, yep. Yeah. I am eventually proven correct, even though it looked a little shaky there in the middle of the neutral situation. That we will not see another Arsene that game, and Ikan able to turn it into an advantage, 2-1.
Yeah, that's the difficulty, as you mentioned. It's not perhaps too difficult getting that percent up at a lower stock scenario, but the fact that you have to play near perfectly until then, doing so in a way that only chips you away, you cannot risk any opening that's reactable. If Ikan makes a read, fine, whatever, he wins. But if you allow yourself a point to where you whiff something and that leads to your demise, you sort of have to force your opponent to go in and risk something in return.
Ravenking's choice in Counterpick song selection. Pretty freaking good, the Torna theme.
I'll give it up.
Jacob, you give that a thumbs up, right?
I think both of these players have pretty good musical taste when it comes to these battlefield and small battlefield choices.
Yeah, we'll see Torna theme here for Ravenking. If it goes to game 5, we'll see some Tekken stuff here from Ikan. So regular battlefield, though, is going to be the pick. And again, under the crouch, we saw that in the Big Mac set. Be pretty relevant under those heavy fireballs.
Yeah, we see Ravenking using some of these Aeons in disadvantage. That time using the gun instead.
But the big tree trunk forward air, borrowing Ganon's forward air for just a moment in time here as Arsene. Allowing Poe onto the stage. But now he's got to play the Sheik gameplay. Yep, look at that, retreating far back from that Shoryu distance.
Jabs onto shield, what can you do?
Oh, but you tried to retreat with an air dodge, and, well, Ikan was waiting there for you to directionally air dodge into his face with a strong up tilt.
Yeah, Ravenking cheated death there a couple times, but Ikan still on the prowl. Never gives up the opportunity until it's finished.
And he parried hit 1 of dash attack and, like, rolled through the second one? Super goofy situation. However, Arsene's going to try to seal this deal.
Ikan just retreating back, knowing the shield's a bit low, wants it fully charged, especially with Arsene available.
And is almost able to kill Joker through Arsene with just the sneaky rising up airs on the ledge. I feel like Ravenking's his ledge gameplay versus Ikan, if it's tightened up a little bit, he can seal these deals. But okay, we're all teching. This has been a scrappy stock here for Ravenking. He's still alive. He gets the forward tilt. 111% though, the clock is ticking.
This is Ikan at his most resilient, playing in a way where he's just such a difficult it's even finding a single hit. Forget finding extensions and strings. Where are you going to touch him?
He just wants to grab release to bear on the platform, and then you try to cross up and get bared for your trouble. So sneaky from Ikan at this moment in time, and there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The backer will find you if you think that platform is a solace. No, sir.
Pulls away, making use of that fireball as well. The jab, Shoryu. One combo filled up the meter.
0 to 80, and now next hit. It's scary here for Ravenking, although Arsene is here to help out. A smidge at the very least.
And just as quickly as he filled up the meter, he's almost depleted it.
And yep, that strong fireball will deplete the meter in its entirety. I don't think there will be another Arsene for this game, even if Ravenking is to win it.
Air dodge caught. That's going to be a simple task for Ikan. 3-1 in his favor. He earns his rematch with Sean, and he just grew into the set as the games went on.
Oh yeah, he was just so confident. He knew how to just obliterate Raven King's character. Maybe not Raven King necessarily, but Raven King's character for being in those bad spots. And that's a part of the growth process here for Raven King. And I think no matter what, you call this tournament a victory for him in his growth as a Joker player.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 7 games won and losers, 4 PR wins if we count Joe, who's Georgia PR. Also got wins over the likes of Snoofle and Ice Knight and a Tata. I mean, that is a great haul on any day, no matter the placement.
Indeed. And so it's going to be the remaining 2 players are the ones vying for number 1 and number 2 in Chicago. Sam T. Silver and Ikan. And like you could have made an argument that if Ned showed up for a couple of these like tournaments in the last month, he could have made a PR placing argument. He didn't. He wants to work on the stream. That's totally fine.
Well, the 2 remaining Chicago players, I mean.
And Atata could have also made that run, but you know who stopped it is Raven King, right?
Although joining the Chicago party today and still in the mix is Sean, of course.
Yeah, and we'll see if he has an argument to make versus Ikan. It's going to be hard. When it comes to the PR consideration, it's going to be hard to beat